full year in the Bible. It's a 52-week Bible study for women. This week is all about sharing our faith and what it looks like to extend the joyful gift of the gospel to others with humility and love. And this is pretty cool. I was reading, so today we're actually going to read the whole book of Nahum, which is only like 3 chapters. But if this is your first day showing up, you're going to get to read a whole book of the Bible today. We are so close to the end of the year and finishing up our entire 52-week Bible study, which is amazing. Thank you guys for showing up every day. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Now, something interesting I found out about Nahum is that if you remember Jonah, so he went to Nineveh and preached there, and they turned from their ways and they got to know the one true God. What I never knew was that about 100 years later, they turned back to all their old ways, and now it's the downfall of them again. So they're back to violence, back to idolatry, back to arrogance, and we're showing that now through these 3 chapters. And Nahum is the author of this, and the word Nahum means comfort and consolation. So as we're reading this, it's going to be the general principles of divine judgment, then the destruction of Nineveh and deliverance of Judah. Then we move into chapter 3, where it's the call to battle and the description of the destruction of Nineveh. And then that was chapter 2. I don't know if I said 3, but I meant to say 2. Now chapter 3, reasons for the destruction of Nineveh, and then the inevitable destruction of Nineveh. So here we are talking about them again, which I find very interesting. All right, I'm just going to read to you. This is my husband's Bible. It is the New American Standard Expanded Version. So I have mine here, but this one's ready to go, and I wanted to give you that background knowledge about it. All right, chapter 1, God's vengeance in judgment. The Oracle of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Elkoshite. A jealous and avenging God is the Lord. The Lord is avenging and wrathful. The Lord takes vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserves wrath for his enemies. God's power and judgment, verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and the Lord will by no means leave the guilty unpunished. In whirlwind and storm is his way, and clouds are the dust beneath his feet. He rebukes the sea and makes it dry. He dries up all the rivers. Bashan and Carmel wither. The blossoms of Lebanon wither. Mountains quake because of him, and the hills dissolve. Indeed, the earth is upheaved by his presence, the world and all the inhabitants in it. Who can stand before his indignation? Who can endure the burning of his anger? His wrath is poured out like fire, and the rocks are broken up by him. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knows those who take refuge in him. But with an overflowing flood, he will make a complete end of its sight and will pursue his enemies into darkness. Verse 9, the destruction of Nineveh and deliverance of Judah. Whatever you devise against the Lord, he will make a complete end of it. Distress will not rise up twice, like tangled thorns, and like those who are drunken with their drink. They are consumed as stubble completely withered. From you has gone forth one who plotted evil against the Lord, a wicked counselor. Thus says the Lord, though they are full strength and likewise many, even so they will be cut off and pass away. Though I have afflicted you, I will afflict you no longer. So now I will break his yoke bar from upon you, and I will tear off your shackles. The Lord has issued a command concerning you. Your name will no longer be perpetuate. I will cut off idol and image from the house of your gods. I will prepare your grave, for you are contemptible. Behold on the mountains the feet of him who brings good news, who announces peace. Celebrate your feast, O Judah. Pay your vows, for never again will the wicked one pass through you. He is cut off completely. Chapter 2, the call to battle. The one who scatters has come up against you. Man the fortress, watch the road, strengthen your back, summon all your strength. For the Lord will restore the splendor of Jacob, like the splendor of Israel, even though devastators have devastated them and destroyed their vine branches. Verse 3, the destruction of Nineveh. The shields of his mighty men are colored red. The warriors are dressed in scarlet. The chariots are enveloped in flashing steel. When he is prepared to march and the cypress spears are brandished, the chariots race madly in the streets. They rush wildly in the squares. Their appearance is like torches. They dash to and fro like lightning flashes. He remembers his nobles. They stumble in their march. They hurry to her wall and the mantle it is set up. The gates of the rivers are open, and the palace is dissolved, and it is fixed. She is stripped, she is carried away, and her handsmaid are moaning like the sound of doves beating on their breast. Though Nineveh was like a pool of water throughout her days, now they are fleeing. Stop, stop. But no one turns back. Plunder the silver, plunder the gold, for there is no limit to the treasure. Wealth from every kind of desirable object. She is emptied. Yes, she is desolate and waste. Hearts are melting and knees knocking. Also anguish is in the whole body, and all the faces are grown pale. Where is the den of the lions and the feeding place of the young lions? Where the lion, lioness, and lion's cub proud, with nothing to disturb them? The lion tore enough for his cubs, killed enough for his lionesses, and filled his lairs with prey, and his dens with torn flesh. Behold, I am against you, declares the Lord of hosts. I will burn up her chariots in smoke. A sword will devour your young lions. I will cut off your prey from the land, and no longer will the voice of your messengers be heard. Chapter 3, Nineveh's great ungodliness. Woe to the bloody city, completely full of lies and pillage. Her prey never departs. The noise of the whip, the noise of the rattling of the wheel, galloping horses and bounding chariots, horsemen charging, swords flashing, spears gleaming, many slain, a mass of corpses, and countless dead bodies. They stumble over the dead bodies, all because of the many harlotries of the harlot, the charming one, the mistress of sorceries, who sells nations by her harlotries, and families by her sorceries. Behold, I am against you, declares the Lord of hosts, and I will lift up your skirts over your face and show the naked nations your nakedness, and to the kingdoms your disgrace. I will throw filth on you and make you vile, and set you up as a spectacle, and it will come about that all who see you will shrink from you and say, Nineveh is devastated. Who will grieve for her? Where will I seek comforters for you? Verse 8, comparison of Nineveh to Nahum. Are you better than Nahum, which was situated by the waters of the Nile, with water surrounding her, whose rampant part was the sea, whose wall consisted of the sea? Ethiopia was her might, and Egypt too, without limits. Put and Lubim were among her helpers, yet she became an exile. She went into captivity, and her small children were dashed to pieces. At the head of every street they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound with fetters. You too will become drunk, you will be hidden, you too will search for a refuge from the enemy. Verse 12, Nineveh's strongholds are weak. All your fortifications are fig trees with ripe fruit. When shaken, they fall into the eater's mouth. Behold, your people are women in your midst. The gates of your land are open wide to your enemies. Fire consumes your gate bars. Draw for yourself water for the siege. Strengthen your fortifications. Go into the clay and tread the mortar. Take hold of the brick mold. The fire will consume you. The sword will cut you down. It will consume you as the locust does. Multiply yourself like the creeping locust. Multiply yourself like the swarming locust. Verse 16, Nineveh's leaders are weak. You have increased your traders more than the stars of heaven. The creeping locust strips and flies away. Your guardsmen are like the swarming locust. Your marshals are like hordes of grasshoppers, settling in the stone walls on a cold day. The sun rises and they flee, and the place where they are is not known. Your shepherds are sleeping, O king of Assyria. Your nobles are lying down. Your people are scattered on the mountains, and there is no one to regather them. There is no relief for your breakdown. Your wound is incurable. All who hear about you will clap their hands over you, for on whom has not your evil passed continually? And that wraps up today's Bible reading. So if you ever want to join us for it, you are welcome anytime. We meet at 5:30 in the mornings, and then later on in the weekend, obviously, because it's almost 2 o'clock now. So anyhow, have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. Tomorrow we will be kicking off week 43. So I will see you tomorrow sometime. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we go live.